Hello, it is your number one Sith Lord, the Spiffing Sith, with a performance analysis. First thing you notice is my duo, level 45, so anything I say against him, I do not mean it's all a joke, we are good friends. Don't worry about it. Also, we're gonna have a mix of low level players and also my lobbies, which is massive to Pred. So, I hope you enjoy. We decided to land training out there instead of where we would usually land, which is Fragment. Past few games we were, having some bad luck, so we like try somewhere new, has some decent cover and high ground to use for fights, and also has some decent loot. Not as good as somewhere like Skyhook or Fragment, but it's good enough to win some fights. For the first fight, I decided to use the train car as cover so that I can show less in my hitbox than they are showings, and so I can hide behind it when I need to reload. I always keep the high ground so that it's easy for me to hit headshots and harder for them. Once I get the knock, I prioritize getting more loot from the floor loot spawn close to me instead of finishing my knock, which is probably what kept me alive. On my way back to finish my knock, I see that deer in the corner of my eye, so I cancel slide early to steady my aim and attempt a one clip. When I needed to reload, I did some tactical crouching and a small bit of the beam they used as cover to manipulate my hitbox and make it harder to hit since I was in the open. My idea to slide cancel in front of them and not just jump behind them is that behind them with smaller space with less cover, and since I don't know the level of their evo, I should play where I can use his cover to my advantage. For the next fight even started, I decided to take some cover, but not take eye in case someone saw me take eye solo and decided to rush me. Since my loader is best mid to long range, after one fall. As I'm healing, my teammate runs into the open before we learn if it's one or two people, so I was forced to play passive. I switched my R301 while healing, even though we only had 11 bullets, so I had to swap back before I encountered a possible defeat. I full healed, anticipating two people to rush from each side, then the rogue revenant charges valiantly towards his doom. I tried to wall jump over his head, like a matador dodging a bull. I failed, however I still confused them. Task failed successfully, I guess. I waited for a steady shot in my vault, since I knew they had a Spitfire from sound, and a Spitfire has a slower TTK, time to kill, than the vault. I nearly emptied my mag, then hid behind the wall. I heard climbing, and suddenly the Revenant took a much worse position. This is because the low ground I held had a head glitch spot. If you stand a small distance away from him, once again manipulating my hitbox and making it harder to kill me. I swapped to the R301, knowing that I still had vault shots left in the mag. So if I missed my R301 shots, I wouldn't be forced into a reload animation since I had no more ammo spare. I did hit my R301 shots, grabbed ammo and a shield swap, then went to revive my teammate. I heard a respawn beacon go off after the last fight, then I heard footsteps. I used the evac tower as a smokescreen and to try and bait the team I heard into rushing it. Since that didn't work, I waited for the rope to drop. To leave smoke behind me, I scanned for anyone on the low ground before taking the evac for the suspended train car instead of regular zipline, so that when I can get on top and listen for footsteps. When I dropped into the cart, took the blue bag and ammo, so that I'm ready to engage the next fight. Me and my teammate used Zip to take a card that controls high ground. I mark all people that I can see and hear. My teammate beelines towards main building, getting caught by a solo bloodhound, of course, that scanned both of us. But we must have believed that we were two solos, otherwise why would he rush us? We forced the bloodhound to give space that allows us to push. I realized they were chasing into a bad position and back up. However, my teammate chases, gets knocked, and finished immediately. I come back up, expecting the bloodhound to back up and back up after one kill, but he stays the loot. I catch him, force him to give him more space. That allows me to grab the banner and phase to some cover. Bloodhound comes back and starts shooting at me as I'm leaving, so I manipulate my head box once again. I'm a professional to minimize the damage I take in the vulnerable state. I check to see if I was followed and take some cover under the stairs. I'm basically Harry Potter. I always use space magic or something to avoid the void walk, so the stairs with just added detail. I decided not to full heal and only heal up for heal up my shield for now. I use phase, while I cross Apex's version of No Man's Land to get the main and see if I can control her. Find advantage up top, beam her, then lose her after she ran. I looked around, confused, like a headless chicken. Then I saw Echo, Vantage's tactical. Threw an arc star to see if they were behind the wall. Healing, then saw Vantage. I closed the space between us with some so high class movement. Decided to heal up full before I engaged. Because they had a purple Evo, I threw another arc star behind them and rushed to put pressure on her. Oh my god. I used the card's cover for the starter, and then gravitate towards open space, which was an obviously bad play, but I'm just that good. And because if I is so stupidly broken in this game, I survived. I prioritized finishing my knock because I needed a shield swap, but I was getting pressured from behind by Fuse. I'm still confused on why people still play him, so I had to turn and fight back. Good thing Fuse killed my knock, I phase out. When I get low to some cover, Fuse just left me, didn't even bother chasing, and started looting a box. I climbed up on the wall. I was behind the laser. I climbed up on the wall. I was behind and lasered the Fuse and his duo. Fell back down after. I spent my mag to reload, but I had no ammo, so I rubbed around to Vantage's box to see if they still had any ammo I can use. I somehow perfectly landed by the box. Took the 3 usable bullets they had in them, 2 light and 1 energy. No wonder they lost the 1v1. I should have taken the shield swap, but I didn't, so I booked the cart above. I was in the corner for a second. I should have healed here, but I was in here at the moment and pulled out some bins so I can check and maybe get some ammo. Went to check the loot, but I got beamed from behind. So I took what I could carry and took to the portal. I ran to the tunnel, taking a shield swap from my teammate's box along the way. While I was in the tunnel, I healed and picked up any useful loot I could. However, I did look at some energy ammo for a hot second, just left it, then went back for it. This play was just to confuse the system, I swear. I used an alternate accelerant to decrease the cooldown of my portal in case we needed it. While I was respawning my teammate, I planned on rotating to fuel depot and popping a respawn on the way. But 2 teams saw this respawn as an opportunity for 3 kills. I did see 1 team before they saw us, so I tried to keep track of them. This gave me tunnel vision. I did not hear the other team on our flank. If I wasn't using Wraith, then I would have been skewered by multiple bullets in the back. I thought I saw someone, but I wasn't so sure, so I didn't shoot until they did. I was still able to hit more than enough shots to make them back off. I decided to go into the building we were sitting on so that I had better cover. I used 1 shield stealth, then went back into the fight from the balcony, where I hit every shot from Quink, not Judge, and went back into the building to reload after that stellar performance. I went to the stairs to fight where I hit for 26 and shot a decoy, obviously. I'm just that good. Once again, I went to the building to heal. I might as well just live there at this point. 2 shield cells this time, then we went back to the stairs to poke a bit more, not realizing my deal already dived the Mirage, and hit a few shots, and I stole the kill completely. Better luck next time, Slowpoke. As we were looting, another team was rotating through our neighborhood, and we could not allow that. Too bad I was already moving on when my duo was getting peppered heavily. I threw an Arc Star to give some time for us to go back into our humble abode. From the top rope, I decided to pre-fire some shots into their cover so that they didn't, so that I get to do some damage when they peek. This didn't work as intended, so I threw a thermite behind the Revenant to keep him out of cover, hoping my duo would laser him. While I assumed my duo was dealing with the Rev, I took some shots on the other person in this fight, hitting for 121 and making him retreat. Suddenly, the Revenant was staring into my soul, angrily, as you can guess. He must have hopped over my duo, no matter. I have a skill called Aim. The Revenant had apparently never heard of such a thing, since I was half health when I started shooting him. While he had a Revolt, full shield, and a purple Evo. I finished this 1v1 thinking I'd have to dive the other person, but it seems my duo did something for once. Well done, round of applause, and finished the last enemy. We had to move on, we had to move out of our neighborhood to avoid the red wall of death coming our way. Evicted by a wall, nice. We spent way too long standing still because it took my teammate a while to drop the golden shield so I could heal more, heal better. Gold shield equals extra heals from small heals, that's all you need to know. I could have taken my purple Evo in the second syringe, it would have been the exact same, and we could have kept moving, which was a bad call on my part. Oh my god, I screwed up once, that's insane. We started moving to the circle, which is in Sorting Factory, where we could sort all the enemies out of our lobby. We saw some people jumping on main, so we decided to take the balloon to rush them. I dropped off 4 routes in the top, so there's no trial to follow me. I ran straight to height, seeing a Pathfinder, and started to get closer, so that I can hit more shots. I said hello to the Octane on my left, completely ignoring him, definitely didn't see him, and beelining it to the Pathfinder. I must have offended the Octane so much. He wanted to show me how it's done, which he did. My teammate came to my rescue, which must have offended the Pathfinder enough to make him do a U-turn back into the fire and take shots at him. I had no safe angle on the Octane, so I decided to shoot the Pathfinder again. The Octane's demonstration must have been so effective that I managed to beam his teammate. I guess his lesson backfired. The Pathfinder ran against side main, where I chased with a Vault in hand. I really should have had something better, like an R301 or literally any other SMG that I could have picked up along the way. But I caught him eventually and dealt the final blow. I started to finish him, then backed off to bait his teammate to come back and help him. Then turned back to finish his knock and loot up since his teammate didn't want to help. Then I went to help my teammate with whatever enemy he was killing. Lo and behold, it's the Octane. We chase him down, weaving all of his nades in such a skillful manner and turning a 2v2 situation, turning the game into a 2v2 situation. One more squad before a sweet victory. One roadblock before my win tracker gets an extra number. Woohoo! We take I. Drop to the balloon, take all the way, which is a bad call because it gives away our location. And then we have a laser pointed directly at our foreheads. I decided to use my portal to make a safe path for us to rush since they have an advantage, and we gain an advantage. You get it? When in close range, since Vantage is long range legend with her sniper. I peek over the fence, then drop back down, moving to the side and hop back on the fence, putting me in the sightline of both players. With superb movement and amazing aim, I knock one enemy, hide behind the box with next to no health. "'Tis but a scratch," I said, and peeked again. I had no angle, so I dropped back down to heal, but I thought I was going to be covered by my teammate. While I heal, as I asked him multiple times. I wasn't, so I made the decision to go behind the fence. I was shot in the back and knocked. There's no good opportunity to res me, so my teammate had to back off, then take low ground while they heal. Them taking low ground while they heal wasn't the best decision. I was finished, and all hope was lost. After a long game of cat and mouse between the Vantage and my teammate, with me coaching in the background, falling on deaf ears, we lost. Who knew? You could go from the carry to the thrower in a single decision, all because my ego was being fed all game, and I made a fatal push. I'll just say what I would have done in the situation, in place of my teammate, or just what he should have done in the situation. The zip jump onto the box to get to circle building faster was good, but he spent too long on the top. He should have dropped down to the inside for more cover. Then went out the right door. He went out the right door and used his tactical into the open. He should have went to the middle and went out the bottom door to get get to the box on the left uncontested, since the Vantage would have no good angle. He used ult and shot advantage in the open where he should have prioritized getting to cover, healing up, and then using ult to engage and push. Because of what he did, he wasn't able to get full advantage of his ult, so he just sat behind the box healing. He uses a tactical to get to the building on his right, but looks up, which lessens the distance he could cover and puts himself in the air, which is an easy target, especially to advantage with a sniper that can dink your head in moments. He moves from cover to cover as I would, but should have took the boxes above advantage for a better angle. He ran out of ammo mid-fight, causing him to lose, mainly because he's pre-firing and blind firing too much. Now, in terms of my actual movement throughout the game, it was hit or miss at best. Sometimes it was good, and sometimes it was actually awful. I used dolphin diving to land, which extended the distance I could get off drop. I believe that's how it used to work. I missed all super jumps, and I missed all super jumps I attempted, but my slide cancels and slide jumps were quite consistent. Whenever I didn't trigger a dead slide, my strafing was on point throughout the game. I don't know if this counts as well, but my speed when looting boxes was as fast as I could possibly do with my sensitivity. Picked up those bullets to the best of my ability. On the rotations aspect, went through train yard, through to fuel depot, and ended up at sorting factory. The pattern was really A to B straight line, but we were able to move uncontested aside from the respawn, where that attracted teams. The movement between carts and train yard was near perfect, however we could have went from one suspended cart to another instead of dropping, which would have given us a better position and maybe my teammate wouldn't have died. We really only fought around one building fuel depot, so not much to say about rotations and movement there. Our portal rush in the end game at Sorting Factory was an eager rush on my part, but really only failed because I ran out of cover when I was low, which I assumed my teammate was helping me. My awareness at train yard was on point, as shown in the first fight here, and being able to spot the echo here. It really dwindled after leaving train yard though, shown in fuel depot, not seeing someone until they shot at me. It is also shown in Sorting Factory, where I didn't see the Octane on my left, just running straight past him to try and knock the Pathfinder, shown here. To conclude, it was a good game. A few screw-ups here and there, some bad plays that worked out, and one great mistake that threw the game. Even though we lost, it was a great display of skill and on how a single play can throw an entire game. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. It's something new, something refreshing. To be honest, this was one of my first games back into Apex when I started playing again, so obviously I wasn't playing at my absolute best. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. Have a good one.